Greetings, this is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Today's talk focuses on the one issue that Elon Musk has been failing on that's ticking him off and causing him to fire a lot of people. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Bonjour, wie geht's? Wir steht's noch immer auf zwei Beinen. Zdravstvuyte, ni hao ma, guten Tag, and buongiorno. My talk today focuses on the fact that Elon Musk has enjoyed a great deal of success in many ways through Tesla, despite issues that have popped up over time. The one issue that's kind of ticking him off that no amount of money seems to be able to solve is what's going on with the software for the autopilot. It's well documented that last year, in 2016, Elon Musk came out and said that the company Mobileye that they were working with, they would be severing the relationship because their planned software and hardware were immediately better than Mobileye anyway, so it was no big deal when they got rid of them. Well, it turns out that the hardware for Autopilot 2, which is the sonar, radar, 8 cameras, 8 sensors, all of this equipment is far superior, as he argued, to what Mobileye was using, which was just a front and rear camera. The Mobileye system, which operates with 90% of the vehicles manufacturers in the world, has a lot of data to work with, and it took them 5 or 6 years of work to get those 2 cameras and what it does for people well integrated into the vehicle. And Elon Musk thought that he could just push through both more data in the form of more sensors in different ways, as well as the software portion of this. And it's turned out to be much more challenging than he anticipated. It turns out, there are a lot of reasons why this is going on. After reviewing this matter with software executives I know, what I was informed is that unlike certain other activities, adding more bodies to a problem could actually result in it slowing down the completion of that solution. So interestingly enough, you'll notice that on a every 6-month basis right now, Tesla / Elon Musk is firing the head of software and bringing in a new rock star software person. So as of June of 2017, a former senior Apple manager in this space was fired, and they've brought in someone who's got a great reputation, etc. And this is supposed to be the new savior of the project to complete the software so that Tesla can enjoy a superior solution to all other manufacturers when it comes to autonomous driving and all the potential that represents. Instead of this being complete, it's taken a year for, I want to say 80% of the features of the old Mobileye system that's on the older Model X and Model S's to even almost catch up. It still isn't equal, and this is why it's a thorn in the side of Elon Musk, and he's kind of upset because he likes to win, and one of the ways you win is get brilliant people, throw a lot of money on it, and you get a solution. There's a lot of moving parts to this that I thought were fascinating. Another one I thought was interesting was that it was pointed out to me that if you have a project lead that takes over, and they may be an expert in software in general and building software, but they don't know anything about what the current group of programmers is doing, you could also run the risk that having a new person come in could potentially slow down the process, because you either have to bring that person up to speed or they may introduce ideas that draw the team off in a new direction, and this requires more time to build that software. So I thought this was fascinating to watch because Elon is used to using all the resources he has to get progress that other people can't. But this has proven to be a fairly challenging zone that's a little bit upsetting to him. It's not a huge deal because most of the reason people are buying the Model 3 and other vehicles is the performance of the vehicle. And whether or not the autopilot is at the gee whiz level is a minor issue for most owners. But it is definitely ticking him off. He's putting a lot of resources into it. But it's also frustrating, like I said, because it turns out that adding more bodies and money to the problem could actually slow the completion of the problem. And just as a novice sketch on this whole thing, it's a way different deal data-wise and coordinator-wise to deal with 2 cameras, 1 front and 1 rear, versus 8 cameras, 14 sensors, and sonar. That's a huge amount of data that needs to be integrated and tested. So Elon being able to crank out 5 to 7 years worth of software development in 1 year was highly unlikely before it started. He had hoped that that would be the case. But as I said in other videos, I think eventually they'll get there. But right now it's not there as a finished product. It can do a lot of features that the old system could now, and those will be ready by the time the Model 3 is being received by customers. But it's probably, I'd say, 10 to 20% of what its potential is in terms of adding value-added features to the vehicle. This is a little bit of a fly in the ointment also because it's hard to get customers to pay for the upgraded autopilot features if they know they're not ready. So I think it's an interesting problem, and I'm just fascinated because more money, smarter people may not get you the solution that you expected. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Thank you once again for taking time out to watch my video. Please like and subscribe. Tschüss, macht's gut, au revoir, lahitro, hoda hafez, and have a great day. Look forward to our next conversation.